yeah, this is kind of a update to the Trayvon and George Zimmerman. Well, somebody mentioned I pronounced his name wrong, and I'm sorry. It's I'm not the greatest pronunciator. Now, for one thing, for my regular fans on this channel, normally I run a tech show. Occasionally I do other topics, so I've got 2 tech videos coming up after my live show, so it's going to be posted on YouTube. It's actually right now, but it's going to be enabled. It's in private right now. But there were some new things come out in the this court case I'm kind of following. I want to thank everybody that responded, and you guys are pretty nice about it. I do appreciate you responding and putting your own thoughts, which I'm going to cover some of it. I know there's probably a lot I'm going to leave out, but I'll try to get up to date here. Now, let me see what I got down here. Oh, first thing I wanted to mention that I've been noticing both Zimmerman and Trayvon, their pictures seem to be way out of date. Now, at first, initially, it was just Trayvon, because I noticed, and it's been mentioned on the internet and other sites, that his picture is a lot younger than it appears to be. In fact, it could be as early as 4 years old. So it looks like it's 13 years old, the picture. He's actually that. And so I was kind of wondering if either the media or the lawyers were kind of make it seem, make him look more innocent. Now, to be fair, there was a video surveillance footage that released and another picture. It does show Zimmerman, he kind of lost weight, and so a little bit more muscular, so to be fair, obviously. So that, I don't know if that was done on purpose, like I said, by the media on both sides, or lawyers. And that kind of tells you about some of the accuracy in the media, how they kind of want to portray someone being the bad guy or the good guy or both. So I wanted to kind of mention that. Now, there has been surveillance video released, and it's supposedly inside the police station in the garage, and a little bit when they enter inside the police station. And now I know I'm going to kind of mention the quality. And then I'm going to go into what was noticed. No, let me go what wasn't noticed. I did notice the video was, considering on quality, it was still fairly clear on the most part. And it does seem that you don't notice a lot of injuries with Zimmerman. But taken in place, you got to realize also the video was taken about 15 to 25 feet away. And black and white, I don't know if that has anything to do with it. It seems to be also taken by a second video camera. They kind of put it up to the screen, because you can see it moving in the first part, and you see the edge of the monitor and the camera shake, which kind of also degrades the video a little bit. I did notice toward the last part, the back of his head, there might have been something there. There may have not have been. It's really hard to tell because it seems to be a bit far away. But tell you the truth, because I know a little bit how they do crime scenes and stuff, and more than likely, I'll be surprised if they didn't do this, but taking pictures of the scene, the person, especially Zimmerman, they would take pictures of all of his injuries with the camera close up, hopefully in enough light. And I kind of know this because I had an altercation with somebody as well, and I got injured, and the police took photographs of me and my injuries. So and mine wasn't nearly as severe case as obviously what happened here. So that's why I kind of want to see the photographs actual to scene, which I doubt it's going to happen anytime soon, if at all. So yeah, we're seeing some video, but I'm not entirely convinced. I kind of want to see the crime scene photos that were actually there. Those are some of the things I noticed. And And I am kind of relying a lot on the two witnesses who were actually seeing what happened, and did describe as Zimmerman being on the bottom yelling and Trayvon on top. And then I think, that kind of goes to what I was saying about if it's considered self-defense or not. I know there's other facts that really need to be brought into light, and it's still very early in the case, at least for what they released to us. And I realize there's a lot of things that the police should have done and could have done. Why wasn't he tested for drugs, alcohol? Definitely should have been done, obviously. Also, some people also mentioned where he wasn't arrested or taken in or other things, and obviously the surveillance footage did show that. Handcuffed, being brought in. Oh, let me go back on the surveillance footage. I did forget this. Somebody mentioned the lack of blood. Supposedly he was treated at the scene before he was taken in. He kind of refused treatment at the hospital, and the EMTs thought I guess it wasn't great enough to put him in the hospital right away. Supposedly he might have went after he went to the police station. I'm not 100% sure. And, so many people mentioned why there was a lack of blood. Maybe that was why. There should be more blood on his clothing. I do agree with that. And, I think there's some more things that should have been done. Okay, let me go back. So, yeah, he was, I don't know if so far arrested. He was taken in handcuffs for more questioning and other things. And supposedly he was even charged. There's somebody who wants to charge him with manslaughter, and supposedly the district attorney said there's not enough evidence and kind of stopped that. So I'm still trying to get what's fact and what's fiction and all that. So, all I want to know is what the truth is. I don't care if, who it looks bad on, either Trayvon or Zimmerman or whatever. I don't really care. I just want to know the truth, what the evidence brings and eyewitnesses, not of who's guilty, and all that. I don't really care. I just want to know the truth. So that's why I'm going so much into the case. So I'm not for one person or the other. I just want to, interested in what they actually find out. Another thing as well is, of course, Zimmerman's already in a bad light. Trayvon, of course, it was as time went on, we kind of learned a lot more about him. Obviously, he looks a lot older than what the pictures seem to portray. In fact, people are saying he was 140 pounds. Supposedly now, at 17, he's around 6'2", 6'3", maybe. Around 200 pounds. So, we got to take that into account as well. And of course, they're finding out a lot of things. And one thing that's kind of a little suspicious is taking down his Facebook page and Twitter account. And because I did supposedly on Twitter, he does have one of his Twitter's names is starts with the N word. So I'm not going to go as far as to that. So a lot of these things kind of tell you perhaps how Trayvon really was. I'm not saying he was a bad person, I'm not saying that. I don't know. But that kind of goes into what type of person he is, his character. Would it be possible he could actually attack somebody? Or he's more, he's not the person being portrayed in the media. And of course, Zimmerman, I know he's done a lot of things wrong as well. He's also has a small police record on misdemeanor charges. I think Trayvon does as well. Supposedly he was suspended from school. Possibly drug related charge as well. Some strange things with jewelry found. I'm not saying it's stolen. We're just, things that was noticed. So, you got to really look at both sides of things. And in a way, it's kind of bad that, he was killed. And so people think it's bad, putting Trayvon in a bad light. But you kind of have to do that because you want to really see what you want to get the true aspect of what a person really is like, his personality, his character, that kind of all goes down to, you know, would it be possible that Zimmerman actually was a self-defense, or did he just want to kill him? You know, so same with Trayvon. Was he, a victim, totally innocent victim, or was he capable of attacking Zimmerman? So, you know, all these things are important. So, all right, that's it.